I just did a consultation on a 44-year-old guy who had a stroke a couple of years ago. He's actually in Kuwait. And he wants to know what are alternatives to taking statin drugs and aspirin. And I said, well, number one, statin drugs and aspirin are a horrible strategy because they do not address root cause and they do not meaningfully lower your risk of having another stroke. I said, we got to go after root cause. And he did confide that he did have 3 shots just prior to the stroke. He thought that was a factor. He was under a lot of stress at the same time. But I said, we have to make you a different person than the person who had the stroke. So we have to make sure you're eating better, living better, thinking better. And then we use metrics like advanced testing, evidence-based supplements, and biohacking strategies, again, to make you the healthiest version of you to prevent another stroke. 44 years old, it's very catastrophic that this happens to people. So we want to prevent this, but it is a failure to rely on aspirin and statin drugs. There is a much better way, which is root cause. It just makes common sense. So this is what I advise to this gentleman, and he is in Kuwait. So we'll try and get some testing done. We're going to ship our supplements out to him. Things like Kickstart My Heart, Wild Salmon Roe, the emu oil. We'll do some heartbeat, some vessel support, does nitric oxide boosters. He's having a lot of side effects from the statins he'd like to get off. So we'll come up with some other strategies. There's even a couple different products we use that are natural anticoagulants, things like Flow and Arterisol, that I'm going to recommend to him to use instead of aspirin. So the idea, again, is to become a different person, and then your God-given body, it's got it. Give it what it needs, take away what it doesn't. That's the way to prevent strokes, heart attacks, cancer, dementia, you name it. That's what we do at Natural Heart Doctor.